Income boosters for teachers. We all need them, so let's talk about them. This is Teaching It Frugal. My name is Amy. I am a 12-year teacher in Arizona, and I have some ideas for us for trying to come up with some extra income. Now, the first one I will probably never do because I am not very sports inclined, but the first one is to coach. Usually there is a stipend that comes along with coaching. If that is something that interests you, make sure you ask the people that are in charge of the sports program. If there is something you can coach, make sure it aligns with whatever you have going on in your personal life and your academic life as well. The next one, kind of in the same vein. Now, this is more for probably older kids, but if your school has after-school clubs, sometimes there's a stipend with those too. So check into that also. The second one I actually do, I mentioned it in the video I did last week. Now, if you have not seen that video already, I will make a link to it up above and down below. But please go back, like, and subscribe if you have not already. That video was all about 10 frugal things that you can do in the classroom. But back to this one, I do tutor at school if your school does not offer tutoring. A lot of times at your local library, or sometimes even the community college, they will offer tutoring positions for a licensed teacher. So check out your local library. They may have a spot for you there. Daycares are also a really good place for you to check and see if they need a tutor for the little bitty guys that are getting ready to go into kindergarten. You can also do private tutoring out of your own home. You have some risks associated with that as far as liability and things, but it is an option. The third one, check with your curriculum department and your district office. A lot of times your professional developments that are optional sometimes are paid. I know not everyone's are, but it's something to look into. Last year, they rolled out letters in our district. If you're familiar with the letters program, by the way, if you haven't taken it, you should, it's amazing. Letters was a paid program at the time. Now you wanna make sure if there is something new that's coming out, get on top of it as quick as you can, because last year they were paying, but next year it will be required and there will no longer be a stipend to go along with that professional development. So get in while the getting is good if any of them are paid. On the next one, summer school. We all knew it was coming. My school is over an hour away from where I live, and with gas prices being what they are right now and summer school only being a half day, for me, it does not make financial sense. So I do not do summer school, but that is an option for people who live much closer to where they work. In that same vein, our district provides something called kindergarten readiness for kids that are coming out of preschool or that haven't been in a school setting and they're going into kindergarten. And that is also a paid position. It usually goes about the same time as summer school classes go. So if your district has something to that effect going on, or if there's someplace in your community that has that same type of information, that would be a good place to look as well. Now, if you still want to tutor, but there's nothing around you, your school doesn't offer anything, your local library doesn't offer anything, there are websites now. Ever since COVID, a lot of things have gone virtual that were never virtual before. There is one that I'm familiar with called VIP Kid, and you teach students in China how to speak English. It looks like it could be something that you could make it your own schedule. It would be very easy to fit into any lifestyle over the summer or during a spring break, or even just in the evenings after you get home. If you are a department head, grade level rep, department chair, anything like that, most of the time there is a stipend attached to that as well. Your departments are going to look a little bit different depending upon what grade level you teach. In high school, there's usually a department head or a department chair for each of the subjects. If someone is leaving that position and you want it, speak up. Now, the next one, I have to put a little bit of a caveat in because it does require, in most cases, a master's degree. So if you do not have your master's, if you're working on it, or if you just flat out don't have it because you wouldn't recoup the money, been there, living that, you may not qualify for this one. And that is being an adjunct professor at a college or a community college. These are part-time professors that usually have a master's degree and X amount of years based on what college you're applying to in the field. And they will let you come in and teach part-time. Sometimes it's part-time and online. Sometimes it's part-time and in person. I know when I went to college many moons ago, we had adjunct professors teaching us from satellite locations, and they were live on their end wherever they were, and then we had a big TV in the room and we could see them and they could see us. So similar to Zoom, but it was before the days of Zoom. The next one is one I'm going to start looking into because I am on this website all the time. It has saved my bacon many a time when I was called to emergency sub in a classroom and that teacher didn't leave any plans, and that is Teachers Pay Teachers. You can open your own shop on Teachers Pay Teachers. You might want to start off with some free stuff so people can get used to kind of what you offer and then start charging small amounts for it. It does all add up, and most of the time it's stuff that you're going to create for your own classroom anyway. I mean, we all share with one another anyhow. You might as well get paid for it. And then the very last one I had to put in here, start a YouTube channel. This is only my second video. Obviously, I am not monetized yet. For me, this is more of a hobby, but if it turns into a side hustle, I'm not going to be mad about it. So if you do go into the YouTube space, keep in mind, in order to be monetized, you have to have, I think it's 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time before you become eligible to be monetized and start making money with ads and things of that nature. Now, I did not include in this list a lot of the really obvious things like getting a second part-time job at a local grocery store or retail store or fast food, because those aren't in the education realm. All the ones I just gave you are. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so I can see you in the next one.